Hello, everyone. Jax West. Not related to the Avery family, just a supporter. I literally just got home like 5 minutes ago. So I'm not planning on staying on very long because I so want to put on comfy clothes and lay on the couch. So I'll do a little rundown on my visits today with Marnie Yang and Melissa Kaluzinski. But I suppose I should just blather on for a little bit until people come on, because right now I'm just talking to myself. And maybe nobody will come on. So let me say, in Stephen's case, before I get into the visits, that, yeah, the state put in yesterday for an extension. We don't know when we'll hear on that and what's going to happen with that. And I know some people said the deadline was the 14th. The thing online, like when I posted the screenshot yesterday of them asking for the extension, that said the deadline was the 13th, which is today. So, as always, stay tuned. And hello, Julie. So, okay, visits. So, I went and visited Marnie Yang and Melissa Kaluzinski today. Both of them are in the same prison. They've both been in prison for 10 years. And both of their trials and everything was in Lake County, Illinois. But they have nothing to do with one another. They're not partners in crime or no crime or whatever, but there is the same corrupt law enforcement that has screwed over these two ladies. And hello, Krista. So I visited with Marnie first today. I typically, when I go, I visit Marnie first because Marnie doesn't have a job at the prison. I mean, she tutors students, but it's not a paid gig from the prison, whereas Melissa does have a job with the prison, so she's like working in the morning. So it just fits better into the schedules if I visit with Marnie first and Melissa second. And so I try to divide up the time, and it's always it's a 2.5 hour drive for me to get there. And then, okay, so when you go into the prison, you then have to sign in. They want to know your first and last name. They need to have my license plate and make and model of my car. Then I have to give them, the inmate that I'm visiting, their first and last name and their inmate number. And then I have to give to the person checking me in, I have to bring my driver's license in. And then you have your little plastic debit card thing that's only good to buy the food at the prison. So, so you have your driver's license, that card, and then your car keys. And you walk through a metal detector that is turned off. They do not use the metal detector. And then I have to go to the other side of this counter where then they want to look at me and they need to write down if I have something in my hair, if I have glasses, what jewelry I have on, if any. And then they need to know the color of your coat, if you're wearing a coat, the color of your belt, and the color and type of shoes that you have. So, so after they sign me or they check me through there, then I have to go wait at this closet door for when a female officer is available, when she feels like it, that she then takes me into the room where I have to face the wall, put my arms out and they frisk me, and I have to take my shoes off, and they need to look at the bottom of my feet. But it depends who searches you on what they do. Sometimes they don't care. And then you have to go to another side where then you're waiting for whenever an officer feels like taking you to the visitor center. And so that could take up to an hour, because if they don't feel like taking you, you're stuck and you have to sit there. Even though they may not be doing anything but gossiping with each other. You know, it's not like they're doing work. It's just like they don't feel like taking you in. So you're stuck waiting, you know, your valuable time. And so now you walk out of that building, you walk a sidewalk down, then the sidewalk goes to the left, you walk through there, then you have to go into a guard shack thing where you walk in, and now you have to walk out another door, and then you walk out that door, you walk a sidewalk, and then that's when you come to the big prison fence with the razor wire on top, and they have to buzz that open. You can't touch that fence. You know, when you're walking through there, you act like an inmate. You walk on the right. I usually like put my hands behind my back, like I'm cuffed and everything, you know. And so you stay on the right, they open that, then you cross a street, you walk up the sidewalk that's going towards like their learning center building, but you're not going in that building. The sidewalk then turns to the right, you walk down that sidewalk, and then you go up some steps, and then you're going into the visitor building. And when you get in the visitor building, you first report to the officers that are sitting up at a high desk, and all they want to know is the last name of the inmate that you're visiting. And then they tell you what table you're assigned to. So all the different tables in there have a number on them. And so then you have to go sit at that table. You have to make sure you're sitting on a specific side, because the inmate needs to be on the side that the people sitting at the desk can see that person's face. You know, so the inmates all have to sit on that side. And then there's the bank of vending machines. There's 2 different walls that have vending machines. So some of them are refrigerated, and some of them are frozen. So there is ice cream. There, you know, is different food in there that then I can heat up in the microwave for them. There's the drink machine. So you have your normal pop machines, and yes, it's called pop. It is not soda, and you can fight me. And then there's also a machine that's like for hot drinks, you know, a coffee. I think there's cappuccino in there, and hot cocoa. So, oh, Julie says, is the warden still not allowing inmates to have any type of pics or artwork on their cell walls? That warden is gone, and a new warden is supposed to come, and they have 2 wardens currently. This would be another one. But I guess the warden that was gonna come, now they hear isn't going to come, because nobody, I guess, wants to go to that prison. I don't know. I don't know if they're hanging artwork on their walls again. I didn't ask, Julie. Oh, and I see Michael Ryan is on. I did talk to Melissa about what you and I discussed in a message, Michael, and she's very excited about that. So we can talk about that privately. Julie, I was so freaking cold walking from place to place. Okay, when I left here this morning, I left here at 7 o'clock this morning, and it was 17 degrees here. And now I'm a Chicago suburb. Where this prison is it's, you know, down south in Illinois, and usually it's warmer there. So I didn't wear a winter coat. I just wore a sweat jacket. Oh, I was wrong. It was the same degrees down there than it was up here. And oh my God, it was freezing. So I should have wore a coat. Ha, yay, Krista, pop up in Canada. So I visited Melissa first, And on my last visit, I wore my Melissa shirt that Jeff had just made for me. And so now today I wore the Marnie shirt. Marnie like couldn't take her eyes off it. She was amazed at how cool this is, that, you know, Jeff did such a great job. And then I learned something new. I don't know if you can tell by this camera, but this shirt is a light purple. And she's like, oh my God, and it's purple. Purple is my favorite color. So note to all ourselves, purple is Marnie's favorite color. Marnie is doing very well. That bad roommate has been out of her cell for a while now. And she says and Marnie's in a 4-person cell. And she says everybody that's been in and out of her room, that's, you know, whatever roommate she's gotten, that it's been great. Is it perfect? No, there's always going to be some issues you have, you know, that everything's not perfect. Or like she said, one person who was rooming in there for a little bit, Marnie's on a bottom bunk and that person was on the top bunk, like eating food in her bunk above Marnie, and like food was dropping down onto Marnie's bed, you know, being disgusting like that. But after what she dealt with that other woman, piece of cake. So she's like, oh, she's like relaxed and good. There's a whole bunch of developments that's happening in Marnie's case. I don't know all that I can say, and I don't even know all of what's going on. I'm never kept, you know, I'm not kept 100% in the loop, but there are things that's going on next week. There's a press conference. There is a court hearing. There is a major news program coming to film. So Marnie said things are like speeding up for her right now, where she's like, so remember when we were waiting for this filing to happen and the filing kept getting pushed back, and so the days were dragging on, and it's like, oh my God, you know, and she's like, and now it's like, blah, blah, blah. Everything's going really, really fast. So, which is great for her, you know, that things are moving. So, there's been developments behind the scenes that help her case, and there's been people who have come forward to help in proving Marnie's innocence. So Marnie's feeling pretty good. I did tell Marnie, I don't know if Maz is on here right now, but Maz donated money to my PayPal that I got last night, that she wanted. Maz had said her birthday is Saturday, and she wanted to buy food for Marnie and Melissa. So so I told both girls when I visited them, I'm like, okay, the money that's feeding you today came from Maz from the UK, and they thought that was really awesome. They both said thank you. Marnie is going to be emailing me a thank you for Maz, so I'll screenshot that so Maz can see her thank you. And I don't know if Melissa says she's emailing me, but I don't know if it was about that or what. But Maz, they both said thank you very much. And Marnie actually ate way more than she normally does. Marnie usually all she gets is one of those yogurt parfait things, and she won't ever get anything to drink. It creeps me out because for me, anytime I eat, I need something to drink with my food. But Marnie actually told me on a visit not that long ago why she doesn't drink, and because she's so used to another facility she used to be in, they would search you, strip search every time you did something. So if she's in with on a visit and she wants to go pee, they're going to strip search her before she pees and strip search her after she pees. So she's just gotten herself used to, on a visit, she's not drinking anything because she doesn't want to have to pee, because she doesn't want to be strip searched. Now, they don't do that here, but she's just so used to it. And so what all did she have today? Well, I guess she didn't have all that much. But for her, it's a lot, because she had, so she had her yogurt thing, the parfait thing, and then she asked for fried chicken. So, and then, you know, when I got the fried chicken too, I'm like, do you want something to drink? And she's like, no. And I was like, oh, how can you do that? How can you eat fried chicken and not have something to drink with your chicken? But, so Marnie had a little extra today, and then Melissa, Melissa's not always the same stuff. She wanted a cherry Pepsi. She says they've raised the prices on some stuff, so she doesn't buy pop anymore from commissary, because Melissa's always paying attention to what she spends, and so she's like, nope, they raised, I won't buy pop anymore. So she's only drinking water, but she's always trying to, you know, take care of herself and eat well, and as well as you can in prison, and keep herself in shape. So she like allows herself to have a pop on a visit. So she got a cherry Pepsi. And what did she get first? First, she wanted the Harvest Crisp chips. And then she got a cheeseburger, cheese bacon burger. And then she wanted more chips. She likes the spicy stuff. So she wanted like some kind of jalapeno chips. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to get you these one chips that I had seen in the machine. So there's is he a rapper? His name is Fetty Wap, right? And that's a guy with one eye or something. And I had seen in a machine that there was some Fetty Wap jalapeno chips. And I was like, what is this? So I got it for her. And I'm like, I know this isn't what you asked for, you know, taste it. If you don't like it, I'll buy you some other jalapeno chips. But this is weird to me that it's Fetty Wap chips. And she said it was sweet. It tasted kind of like barbecue potato chips, but she liked it. So, Marnie is, she's in really high spirits. And she told me, because I've talked with her daughter, Emily, Emily's best friend, who's been her best friend like her entire life, and that Marnie considers her daughter, will refer to her as her daughter. So she just opened an art gallery, and both girls want to do some kind of fundraiser to help Marnie, which Marnie told me today that she will not accept money from supporters, like for her commissary or whatever. And she's like, I know, not every inmate has a supportive family, you know, that her dad has, you know, takes care of her. But she said she doesn't feel comfortable taking money from people she doesn't know. So she won't ever, you know, so there won't ever be something that I'm going to ask you, you know, Marnie needs whatever. Marnie will not buy the tablet because she's fully expecting to get out. You know, she's keeping herself hopeful. So, but her legal fees, that's a totally different thing, you know, because her dad has been paying her legal fees all this time, and, you know, the money's just not there anymore. So that's why we're constantly trying to come up with ways that we can raise money that will go towards paying, you know, because if Marnie does get a new trial, now, you know, that's a whole new set of bills. So that she's okay with accepting money from people. And so her daughters want to help. So they want to do like an art show. where people will pay to attend the art show, plus you have the artists agree that a portion of the sales of their art that's on display will also go towards Marnie's legal defense. So she told me, because her daughter Emily was going to Florida for vacation, and so she said when Emily got back that Emily would want to really start talking about this art show thing. And so she says Emily's back, and she wants to plan this out. So I need to call Emily, and because I'm just going to mentor them. I mean, they're 28 years old, they're adults, but still I think of them as kids. And so I'm just going to help them, however, because they want to do it. They don't know how to really do it. So I'll do stuff like that to try and, get it going. So that will be something too. If any of you all, I know I've brought this up before, if you are an artist in any kind of art form and you would like to donate something to be sold at this art show, that the proceeds go to Marnie's legal defense, you can reach out to me and we can make that happen. And thank you in advance if you offer to do that. So yeah, so Marnie's good. Marnie's feeling very upbeat. Melissa, so visited with Melissa. She wanted to hear about my haunted house, and she loves haunted stuff. And so we talked about that a little bit. She talked about her tablet, that she's loving her tablet, that she was able to download a whole bunch of songs. And so Melissa has gotten really into country music, so she's got a lot of country music. And then she likes church music, so she's got some church stuff on there. And then her roommate is from Mexico, and so she's been nice. Her roommate isn't going to get a tablet, can't get a tablet. And actually she told me that her roommate is being deported back to Mexico. Melissa has roomed with her for like 3 years, and the woman's been in prison there for 20, but apparently she's being deported now and sent back to Mexico. So Melissa has put like some Mexican music on there that her roommate can share with her. And then Melissa's also able to purchase on there to learn different languages. So she's trying to learn like 4 different languages. She says she hasn't done anything with games yet on that. There's all these different, I was asking her on what that stuff costs. And because I know I made a post on here before of people could pay money to my my PayPal, and then I would put it for her to put towards her tablet. And so Christy, one of our moderators here, donated some money. And then this woman, Paulette, that's on Melissa's page, had donated some money. And so I put that in what is called at Melissa's prison a trust fund. And then so Melissa was able to get that money and then pay it towards her thing. So I guess you can pay for it monthly. And then there's also like a yearly thing. And so like because I asked her, I'm like, well, could you get something where you pay one fee and you get everything? And she said, yeah, she's not sure how much that is. She said like $100 or $200 or something like that. But she doesn't want the year paid because she doesn't expect to be there, that, doing that, thinking positive that she'll get out soon. But then this is weird, but it's like, so now she's downloaded all these songs, has all these different stations. But so if you do not renew it, then the next month or whatever in time, you'll lose all those songs. and then have to find them and put them all on again. So she's really concerned with making sure that stuff gets paid in a timely thing. So, so she doesn't lose all her songs. And the way Melissa's commissary is set up is when she needs money, she reaches out to Kathleen Zellner, and that's how the money gets put on her books that she can use for her shopping and now for her tablet. But I think she says they only shop like once a month now, which she says really sucks in ordering your food and all this stuff. And then plus there's your personals and all that kind of thing. So, so that will be up to y'all if, you know, anybody wants to put money towards making sure that, Melissa's tablet stays up so she can have all her songs. And when I had talked to Marnie had told me the whole tablet thing is kind of like a mess in Marnie's house. Now, Marnie and Melissa are not in the same house because also this prison, I know I've told you all before, but it's like a campus. So it's, you know, so it's all these different buildings. So, you know, they're in completely different buildings. And so Marnie says in her building, the router is at, there's two different exit doors in the day room, which is like the middle hub area of this housing thing. And so the way this building goes is it turns and such. So a lot of people, when they're in their rooms, like in their bunk, they can't get the internet. It won't reach there. So Marnie's like, so now so either people are all crammed in the day room so they can have access to the Wi-Fi, or they're like camping out like right outside Marnie's door because she's closer to the day room. So she's like, so it's all these people and all, you know, so it's kind of a mess. But when I talked to Melissa about it, she says she doesn't have that problem. She's got internet service in her room. So she's in her bunk and it's no problem at all for her. So, which is good. You know, I guess if you have to, you know, if you're going to have that, it's good that, you know, since Marnie doesn't have a tablet, you know, that she's having to deal with that as opposed to Melissa. That would suck that you paid for all this and now, you know, you're getting spotty service. So Melissa says she's spending most of her time, if she's not working, she stays in her room and she's got her tablet and she's good. What else? Oh, God. What else? Well, let me scroll through your comments while I'm trying to. Yeah, I know, Tom. This is Jeff thinks this is better to look at me through a tube as opposed to looking at the whole room. Samantha, what do you think you're missing? Hey, stop. I don't know what you see out there, but stop. Yeah, Julie, I mean, there's still snow currently on the ground here. And Julie says, you're lucky they let you wear shorts with anything except shirts. In Michigan, one wouldn't be allowed to wear shirts like that. Well, I had a sweat jacket on, you know, so I kept that covered so they couldn't see that I had this. But then I have to take the sweat jacket off, but she's not even looking at my front, you know, because I have to face a wall and go like this when she does it. Well, this shirt's got kind of a slit in the back. So the girl that frisked me, she says, and now you have to wear your coat the whole time because you can't wear a shirt like that and have where your back shows a little bit. I was like, okay, sorry. I won't see you, Julie. And hello, Debbie. And hello, Jules. Stop. I don't know if you can see on my cell phone. I took some pictures. Whenever I go to the prison, hey, and my dog's barking is what reminds me of that, because that means there's probably a deer or a coyote out in my yard. So that the prison is in the middle of, there's farmland and a wildlife preserve or whatever. Well, also hunters there. And oh, that's a train. I'm like, what is that noise now? So when I leave, when it's, you know, starting to get dark outside at the prison, I always see a whole bunch of deer. So there's that picture I took. There's the deer that was about to cross the road. There's the deer crossing the road. There's where you see two of the deer. I don't think you can see it in there. And I think that, yeah, that was the last picture I took. But then there was also, I saw out in the cornfield or whatever it was, there was like, I was trying to count, but I'm also driving. There had to have been 10 deer out there. So stop. What is your damage? So that's kind of a cool thing after, you know, you're sitting in a prison all day and then you come out and then it's like, oh, look at these deer, you know, that I did have to stop my car because it was crossing the road in front of me. But, so both girls, like I said, they're doing well. You know, in Melissa's case, we don't know what's going on. You know, we don't know how long it's going to be before we hear anything or anything happens. So it's just back on a waiting game for Melissa. It's Marnie's case that we know stuff is happening next week. So that's, Marnie's more excited. And, you know, and Melissa is on that. I know it's, you know, wait. But they were good visits. And I typically go when I visit them, it's every other Wednesday. I should have gone to see them last Wednesday, but I had something I had to do, so it got put off a week. So, yeah, so those were my visits. And we know that, as I said at the beginning of this, that in Stephen's case, the state has asked for more time. But depending who you listen to, there's the online thing said that the filing was due today, but then other people are saying it's the 14th. So I don't know, but so we're waiting to find out if they've been granted the extension or not. So there's a chance that I will go live tomorrow at some point to talk about that. If something happens, if there's a filing and we get it, or if there's the extension. You are just going crazy. What do you see out there? Hold on, I have to look. Stop. I don't see anything, you freaky dog. So stop it. So we'll go live on that. I made the post, you know, you guys know I'll be going up to Manitowoc at some point this month. And I guess I'm going to be filming the first episode of Justice with Jax for the WMP TV thing. And I've asked you all, you know, where do you want me to go? Obviously, you have to know that I can't go on Avery property because they hate me. So I will not be going on Avery property, or will I? Stay tuned. So I have a Justice with Jax Facebook page, and already somebody tagged Earl in it, as we've already discussed in here. So, you know, Earl took a swing at me on it. And also I know people have sent me screenshots of the guilters have taken that. And so they're taking swings at me too. It's whatever. So, but I'm again asking y'all, you know, let me know where you want me to visit that I can't be arrested. And also feel free to be agents of Stephen Avery Project. And if, there's somebody you think I should try and interview, go ahead and hunt them down, and either you can give me their contact information to reach out to them, or reach out to them yourself and say, hey, you want to go live on, where I'd always say if they want Stephen Avery Project, because that's the bigger one, so you guys want to reach out to the coroner or the Hallback family, Zippers, whoever, they want to talk to me, let's go. Earl want to talk with me? Oh, that would be a fun live, wouldn't it? Me and Earl. I'll talk to anybody. I don't care. Melissa says, who is Marnie's attorney? Marnie's attorney, his name is Jed Stone. And so he's an attorney from Lake County, where Marnie's case is from. And Jed has freed 9 people who were wrongly convicted. So it's not Kathleen's 20, but that's still good. He's not the Innocence Project, he's just a guy. So Jed is known here in Illinois. Melissa says, as if they didn't know Stephen's case was up for a legal issue. Ha ha. Yeah, I know. But that's the game. That's always the game. Let's wait until the last second and push it off some more. You run out the clock. It's stupid. So we're waiting to hear on that, and we'll update as soon as we know on that. And then Marnie, I'll get an itinerary of everything that's going on with Marnie's thing, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit about that hearing gossip, but then a lot of the stuff I'll do with that will go in that closed CI group where we charge people $10 to join and get in there, and that $10 goes to pay Marnie's legal fees. So, because we have to leave stuff to be exclusive for in there. And for those of you that are already members of the CI group, both Marnie and Tammy always want to go, we feel, Marnie was saying it today too, that feels so bad that there's not constant new content in there. And I'm like, people understand. We know, because I'm like, these are all people from Stephen Avery world. And so we know there's a lot of downtime that there's not going to always be new stuff to put out there. But next week, there'll be new stuff. I mean, and so like Marnie just told me something today. Can't tell you. Sorry, I know I sound like a douchebag that I can't tell you what it is, but it's pretty cool. And you'll be able to know what it is next week after the press conference. How can you get in the CI group? All right. So to get into the CI group, you have to go to MarnieYang.com. Okay, so you go to MarnieYang.com. I'll first give you that, just so you can see that. Okay, that's MarnieYang.com. Then when you're on that page, up at the top here next to home, you see CI group. So you click on CI group. And then when you're on that page, it says this content is for CI group members only. Log in or register. So you would click register. And so then this is membership levels. There's only the one membership level of $10 per year that you would click select. And so that brings you to this page, which I'll give you that link. So then you go, so on this, it's, so it's $10 a year. And so you then have to make an account. So it's your username, password, confirm password, email address, confirm email address. And then there's a PayPal checkout thing. And so once your $10 has been cleared, then that's when you can go to WMP Citizens Investigators Group on Facebook. And request to join this group. But while I'm a moderator or admin or whatever for this group, I don't approve anybody that asks to join here, because Tammy has to get the money first for, for that thing. And then Tammy will approve their membership once she's seen that money. I don't have anything to do with any of that. And before people try and say it's just another way I'm stealing money from people, I have nothing to do with it. That money doesn't come anywhere near me. I don't touch it. It's not me. It's WMP, Justice Review. Ooh. And the first thing I see when I'm in here, so in this CI group, there's stuff here that you can't get anywhere else. So the very first thing that's on here is the crime scene photo of the woman dead on the ground, where you see it. You see the blood. You see it's all there. So what we've done for the CI group, so instead of it for Marnie, it's like, we're just doing crowdfunding. Please give money to Marnie. That's, they try to look for ways that you're getting something for that money. So the CI group is where we're giving you, where you're seeing the crime scene photos, you're able to read the filings, you're able to look at the exhibits, you can listen to interrogations, you can listen, you're getting a whole bunch of stuff there, because we want you to look at all of this and tell us what you see. Because your fresh eyes may see something that helps prove Marnie's innocence that maybe her team has overlooked. And then I've also said personally, if you go through and see all this stuff that we have that proves Marnie's innocence and you still think she's guilty, I want to know why you think she's guilty. And it's not a fight thing. I'm genuinely curious on why you think she's guilty. So I, could talk with you about it, because maybe I know other pieces that maybe you didn't see there, or it just helps us with Marnie's case and seeing what the average person, why they think she's guilty. So that's what the CI group is for. So the $10 goes towards Marnie's legal fees, but you're going to get all this information that you can't find anywhere else. And I was going to say something else on that. Oh, and just like her kid's book, because you can buy her kid's book off of MarnieYang.com. You can also get it on like Amazon and such. But that money gets divided between the kids, because the kids wrote this book and it's in their words. I know I've had people say, this doesn't seem very professional, because it's the kids' point of view, how they wrote it. So yeah, they're not going to use Queen's English. But a portion of the book sales also goes to help Marnie's legal defense. It costs a lot of money, and Stephen and Melissa are lucky that they don't have to pay their legal fees. So Marnie's got to pay hers. And hi, Peggy. So that's the CI group. Anything else? No. So you'll be hearing from me again soon. Like I said, we'll go over whatever happens with the filing, or so we'll talk about that. And then next week I will keep you up on what is happening with Marnie. Like I said, there's a press conference, there's court, there's a major show that is coming to film Marnie's stuff. So I'll probably do, I live streamed the press conference last time. And so I'll do, if I'm at the press conference, I don't know yet. Marnie asked me, are you going to the press conference? I'm like, oh, I don't know. I haven't even talked to Tammy about it, because I don't want to be in the way, or so it's like, so if they want me at the press conference, I'll be at the press conference. If they don't want me at the press conference, I won't be there. So if I'm there, I'll live stream it for you guys again, but it'll go off of Justice with Jax, which is a public page. So that way it's easier for everybody to be able to see that you don't have to be a member of Gossip or the CI group in order to see that, because you want that to be public, and for people to be able to have access to that. So, all right, I think I've covered everything, and there's only 12 of y'all on here. Not that you're not all special, you're all special to me. But I want to go put on my pajamas and lay on the couch. Been a long, long day. And who's pulling in my driveway? So, all right. I am out. We'll talk soon.